Cotty, the dog, came into Sophia's life in the most unexpected way. She was working from home when the doorbell rang, and what awaited her on the other side was something she could never have predicted. A woman stood there, holding a small German Shepherd puppy. She asked if the pup belonged to Sophia or if she knew any neighbors who might own him. Sophia had never seen the puppy before, but the moment she looked into his eyes, she felt an instant connection. She knew she had to help. Her street was a quiet one, but it was flanked by two busy roads. The woman had spotted the puppy dangerously close to traffic and pulled over to rescue him. After searching the area for the owner, she ended up at Sophia's door. Unfortunately, Sophia didn't know anyone nearby who had a puppy. The woman explained that she couldn't keep the pup, as she had to head to work and already had large dogs at home. That's when Sophia stepped in, offering to take the puppy in. The woman left, and Sophia was left with a cute, floppy-eared German Shepherd, his big, intelligent eyes watching her. It was a scorching day, and when Sophia picked him up, he yelped in pain. His paws were blistered from walking on the hot pavement, and his little belly was red from sunburn. On closer inspection, she realized his skin was burned too, likely from hours of wandering in the heat. Sophia quickly placed a cool cloth on his skin, which seemed to bring him some relief. For days, Sophia tried to find the puppy's home. She took him to the vet, but he had no microchip. It seemed impossible. A purebred German Shepherd puppy couldn't just appear out of nowhere. She posted flyers, checked local shelters, and did everything she could think of, but no one came forward. As the days stretched into weeks, Sophia began to lose hope of finding his owner. By that time, she was already falling in love with him. The day she named him Cotty, she knew her heart was lost. If no one came to claim him, it was clear. Cody was going to be her dog. At the time, Sophia was engaged, and getting a puppy wasn't in their immediate plans. But Cotty quickly became an integral part of their lives, and they loved him like their first child. Everything seemed perfect, except for one problem they encountered when he was still a puppy. One day, they brought Cody along to a family gathering since everyone adored him. It was a fun day. Cody got along great with her parents' dog, and the two spent hours playing together. He even played with the kids and swam alongside them, despite not having much experience around children. Cody was a natural, and it felt like the perfect day. Later in the afternoon, they gave Cody a snack, and as everyone sat around chatting, a small child walked by and gently patted Cody on the head. That's when things went wrong. Cody, in the middle of eating, didn't appreciate being touched while he had his snack. He had never shown any signs of aggression before, which made what happened next all the more frightening. Without growling or giving any warning, Cody snapped at the child, his snack still in his mouth. Sophia and her fiancé immediately jumped to intervene. Fortunately, because his mouth was full, Cody didn't actually bite the child, but the situation left them shaken. From that moment on, they realized Cody had a serious case of food aggression. They couldn't afford to ignore it and didn't want to live in fear of what he might do every time he was fed. It was clear that addressing this issue was a priority if Cody was going to remain a beloved part of their family. It became clear that Cody needed proper training to address his food aggression. Sophia and her husband suspected that Cody's issues might stem from food trauma, possibly from his time spent lost and hungry. They consulted a trainer who provided several exercises to help with his food-related behavior. They started slowly by simply staying in the room while Cody ate, speaking to him calmly. As he grew comfortable with their presence, Sophia began hand-feeding him, helping him associate human contact with positive experiences around food. Each time she gave him a bite, she made sure to gently scratch him, reinforcing that being touched while eating wasn't a bad thing. Gradually, she worked up to touching his food bowl during mealtime, and eventually, Cody didn't even react. Their breakthrough came when they started taking small amounts of food from his bowl, and Cody remained calm. The ultimate test came when children visited again, and Cody didn't tense up at all while they were near him during meals. It was a huge relief for them, especially when a few years later, they learned they were expecting a baby. Despite the progress Cody had made, some people advised them to rehome the dog before their baby arrived. They warned that a large dog with any past behavioral issues could be dangerous around an infant. However, Sophia and her husband had full confidence in Cody. He had become the sweetest, most protective dog, and they believed in him. Their trust was proven right when they brought their newborn daughter Haley home. From the moment Cody laid eyes on the baby, he was smitten. He followed Haley everywhere, sniffing her curiously, and even dropped his ball in her lap as if offering his new little friend a chance to play. Of course, Haley wasn't quite ready to throw a ball just yet, but Cody waited patiently. He contented himself with cuddling up to her every chance he got, clearly forming a strong bond. As Haley grew, Cody's love for her only deepened. When she began eating solid food, Cody enjoyed the extra treats that came his way. Once she started crawling, things became more challenging, but Cody adapted. Sophia, who worked from home, used to be able to watch Haley easily as she played on the carpet nearby. But once the baby became mobile, she was constantly on the move. Then something remarkable happened. Cody started herding the baby back to safe areas. Whenever Haley crawled toward the stairs, Cody would position himself in front of her, gently blocking her path and keeping her from climbing. He instinctively took on the role of protector, ensuring that Haley stayed safe. It was a heartwarming sight and a testament to the deep bond between the dog and the baby. One day, something happened that would test the special bond between Cody and Haley. Normally, Sophia was diligent about keeping Haley away from Cody during mealtime, but this time was different. Haley was napping, and since Cody had been such a patient boy, Sophia decided to reward him with his favorite treat, a raw bone to chew on. While Haley slept peacefully on the carpet, she woke up much earlier than expected. Sophia didn't notice at first, and the baby crawled straight toward Cody. Sophia looked up just in time to see Haley next to Cody, and before she could react, the baby snatched the bone right out of his mouth. In that split second, Sophia's heart skipped a beat, and she held her breath, fearing the worst. Cody tensed up for a moment, and Sophia's worry spiked, but it seemed to be just from the surprise of the sudden movement. To her amazement, Cody remained calm. As Haley inspected the bone from every angle, Cody simply rested his head on her lap, watching her patiently. He showed no aggression whatsoever, allowing her to do as she pleased. Sophia, relieved by Cody's reaction, quickly went over to gently guide Haley to return the bone. Once the baby was safely distracted, Sophia gave Cody the space to enjoy his treat in peace. He had earned it. In that moment, it was clear that all the work they had put into helping Cody overcome his food aggression had paid off. Their efforts had built trust, and Cody had proven that he could remain calm even in unexpected situations. It was a hopeful reminder that, with patience and training, even challenging behaviors in a dog can be overcome.